The ratings for Love and Marriage Huntsville have revealed a reality that cannot be ignored anymore. Numbers do not lie, and what they show is a clear shift in viewer behavior. Tens of thousands of people who once tuned in faithfully are no longer watching. This is not a small dip or a temporary slide. It is a steady loss that points to a deeper problem within the show itself. For a series that once stood as a symbol of growth, marriage, business, and community, this change is significant. Viewers originally connected to the idea of watching couples build something meaningful together. Over time, that message has faded. What remains is a cycle of repeated arguments, unresolved conflicts, and emotional exhaustion that many viewers no longer want to invest in. Martell and Kimmy are now at the center of much of the show's focus, yet the audience response suggests fatigue rather than interest. Their conflicts feel familiar, almost predictable. Instead of progress, viewers see the same discussions replayed again and again. This repetition has made many people feel that the show is stuck, unable or unwilling to move forward. Ratings drops reflect this feeling clearly. Every episode that loses viewers sends a message. People are not leaving because they dislike drama. Reality television has always relied on conflict. The issue is that the conflict no longer leads anywhere. There is no resolution, no learning, no visible growth. Without those elements, drama becomes draining instead of entertaining. Another major issue viewers point out is the disconnect between what is shown on television and what is discussed online. Social media now carries more excitement than the episodes themselves. Clips, arguments, and rumors circulate before episodes even air. By the time viewers sit down to watch, they already know what happened. This removes suspense and makes the show feel outdated. The situation with long-term projects such as unfinished homes has also created doubt. When timelines stretch for years without clear explanation, viewers begin to question authenticity. They start wondering what is real and what is being presented only for appearance. Once trust is damaged, it is difficult to rebuild. Martell's reduced presence has also affected the show's balance. While his involvement once added complexity and tension, his absence leaves fewer storylines to carry the series. With fewer voices and perspectives, episodes feel narrower and more repetitive. Many viewers now feel that cast members are staying out of obligation rather than passion. This energy shows on screen. When people are no longer emotionally invested, the audience can sense it. The show begins to feel like a performance instead of a reflection of real life. Viewer exhaustion is not just emotional, it is mental. Watching unresolved problems week after week creates frustration. People want to see effort, accountability, or at least movement. When none of that happens, it feels like wasted time. The ratings decline is also tied to a loss of the original vision. Early seasons highlighted success, ambition, and community pride. That foundation slowly gave way to constant conflict. Without balance, the show lost what made it special. Online discussions now focus less on excitement and more on criticism. Fans openly question why the same arguments continue. Many say they feel drained instead of entertained. When loyal viewers start expressing burnout, it signals a serious problem. Behind the scenes, reports of tension between cast, producers, and executives have added to public concern. While these claims remain unconfirmed, they align with what viewers sense on screen. Discomfort, stress, and lack of direction are becoming visible. Lavish spending shown on the series has also come under scrutiny. Viewers are questioning whether what they see reflects reality or performance. When financial displays feel forced, they disconnect from the audience rather than impress them. Another concern is emotional tone. Some confrontations now feel uncomfortable rather than engaging. Moments that once sparked discussion now cause concern. Viewers are no longer laughing or debating, they are turning away. The audience is also questioning why certain storylines dominate while others disappear. This imbalance makes episodes feel incomplete. It gives the impression that the show is relying on conflict instead of storytelling. Ratings drops are not just about one couple or one episode. They reflect a pattern. Each loss of viewers shows that patience is wearing thin. People are choosing to spend their time elsewhere. Networks pay close attention to these numbers. Ratings guide decisions about budgets, casting, and renewal. Continued decline forces hard conversations behind closed doors. There is growing speculation about possible changes. Some believe new cast members may be introduced. Others think a full reset may be needed. There is also talk about whether the show can continue at all without major changes. Fans who once defended the series are now divided. Some still hope for improvement, others feel the show has run its course. This split audience further weakens momentum. The biggest issue is trust. When viewers feel manipulated or bored, they disengage. Rebuilding trust requires honesty, fresh stories, and real development. The show now stands at a crossroads. One path leads to reinvention, the other leads to continued decline. Ratings suggest time is running out. This moment forces an important question. Can Love and Marriage Huntsville return to what made people care, or has it moved too far from its purpose? The answer depends on whether change happens. Without change, the audience loss will continue. The numbers already show that viewers are voting with their remotes. This is not about negativity, it is about reality. The data reflects viewer experience, and that experience is no longer satisfying. If the show wants to survive, it must listen. Growth, honesty, and meaningful stories must return. Without them, the decline becomes permanent. For now, the message is clear. Someone is still holding on, but many have already let go. The ratings reveal who is dominating attention and who is slowly fading. The future of Love and Marriage Huntsville depends on what happens next. Whether it rises again or continues to fall will be decided not by drama, but by authenticity and evolution. The audience has spoken. The numbers are the proof. The decline in ratings also reflects a deeper emotional disconnect between the show and its viewers. People no longer feel invested in the outcomes because nothing truly changes. When conflicts repeat without growth, the audience feels stuck watching the same moment over and over again. This repetition slowly drains interest until turning off the television feels easier than staying hopeful. Many viewers express that the show feels heavy rather than engaging. Instead of balance between joy, struggle, and success, the episodes focus almost entirely on tension. Without moments of relief or inspiration, watching becomes emotionally tiring. Entertainment should offer escape, but this show now feels like work for the audience. Another factor driving viewers away is predictability. When people can guess how an episode will unfold before it airs, excitement disappears. The lack of surprise makes each episode feel unnecessary. This predictability has become a major weakness, reflected clearly in the ratings. Social media has unintentionally exposed the show's problems. When behind-the-scenes rumors, live videos, and online arguments become more interesting than the episode itself, the purpose of tuning in is lost. Viewers feel they already know the story without watching. The network is aware of these shifts. Declining ratings trigger internal reviews and discussions about value and sustainability. When a show no longer attracts strong numbers, it becomes harder to justify continued investment. There is also growing concern about emotional responsibility. Some viewers feel uncomfortable watching conflicts that seem unresolved or harmful. What once felt like drama now feels stressful. This change in perception has pushed many people away. Longtime fans feel disappointed because they believed in the original vision. They expected growth, maturity, and evolution. Instead, they feel trapped in an endless cycle of arguments with no lessons learned. The issue is not that viewers dislike the cast, it is that they want more honesty and progress. Without visible change, loyalty weakens. There is also frustration over unfinished storylines. Projects introduced seasons ago remain unresolved. This creates doubt about sincerity and direction. The absence of strong leadership within the show's narrative has left it drifting. Without a clear focus, episodes feel scattered and repetitive. Ratings decline also affects cast morale. When people sense instability, performance changes. This tension shows on screen and further damages viewer trust. Some fans speculate that cast members are staying only for income. When motives feel unclear, authenticity suffers. The pressure now rests on production to decide whether renewal is worth the risk. Continuing without change risks further loss. Reinvention would require honesty, fresh perspectives, and accountability. Without these, the show remains stuck. Audiences are no longer willing to wait endlessly. They expect progress or closure. The decline is not sudden. It has been building over time. Ratings simply confirm what viewers already feel. This moment defines the future. Either the show evolves or becomes a memory. For now, the numbers tell the story. The audience has spoken, and silence from the screen speaks louder than words. Love and Marriage Huntsville stands at a turning point. What happens next will determine whether it survives or fades away. The choice is no longer in the hands of drama. It is in the hands of truth, growth, and change.